So it's the top of the hour, so we're gonna get started, and I'm gonna make a proper introduction. So everybody, this is Drew Brophy. I'm Maria, and Posca USA is allowing us to put this on, enabling us, and we've got our guest artist here today, Sarah Hopkin, also known as Fired Up Mama, because she owns Fired Up San Clemente next door, where they make pottery, and it's amazing business. And this is Wilhelmina, also known as Willow, also known as Sarah's Mini Me. I've known this girl since she was a baby, so these two are gonna help with the Kindness Rocks. And the whole idea behind the Kindness Rocks, somebody started a thing called the Kindness Rock movement, and it's where you put beautiful, positive, uplifting messages on rocks, and then you anonymously leave them on someone's doorstep. And when Drew and I moved into this gallery a couple years ago, somebody anonymously left us beautiful kindness rocks with lovely messages. And so we thought at this time it's a great thing to do, to paint rocks and take it a step further and maybe put a positive message and leave it for your neighbor. And that's, yeah, so that's it.
That's great.
So welcome, glad you're all here.
Yeah, and should we introduce Jillian as well? Jillian is our, you want to do that, honey?
Yeah, so Jillian Spangler is our almost year-long project manager. And without her, none of this would happen because she runs everything from the back. She keeps everything going. And so if you have any technical issues or any comments or anything, just put it in the chat. Jillian runs the show here. And
where is she from?
Jillian is from Calgary, Canada. Canada. But she's right here with us.
That's great.
And yeah, and so this is going to be very interactive. You will be able to raise your hand and ask a question, and when we get going, Jillian will activate you. You'll be able to ask us a question, and we'll be able to talk together, and everybody will see that. I really want to see what everybody's working on as we progress, which is a lot of fun, and we'll be showing you what we're doing. And so we're just going to hang out and do this, and let's just all have fun together. Sound good?
Awesome. Great. And I'm going to step back here.
All right, let's get started. So real quick, if we had, we're going to be using the Uni Posca pens. I'd like to thank them for, they really reached out to us and wanted us to do something to help with this predicament we're all in. So we're going to be giving away pens to somebody. Somebody won yesterday, and we're going to be giving away some today as well. If you don't have Posca pens, use whatever you have. It's totally fine. And this is just an exercise in community and being there for each other. All right. So Sarah's going to take it away and give us some ideas.
Awesome. Well, first I just want to say thank you to Drew and thank you to Maria for inviting us to be here today. It's really hard, you guys, right now. I'm a hugger. So we're going to start this out with an awesome hug. You're going to wrap your right arm around your left shoulder and your left hand around your right shoulder, and you're going to squeeze, you guys. Just squeeze, because I tell you, no virus is going to kill me. You know what's going to kill me is not hugging you. This no-touch zone thing is so hard for the people that really thrive on huggies, okay? Squeeze a little harder. Come on. Come on, because I need the hug. I'm totally feeling you guys' energy right now, and I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful that we can be here. And, as technology and everything fills this world, you kind of go on technology sometimes, but at least now we can be together. And I was reading in the Happiness Code book. This book, I love this book, just so you know. The Happiness Code by Dominique Bertolini. I can't speak Italian, so I'm over it. But this quote really stood out to me today. It's hard to be present when your attention is suffering information overload. So switch off, except for this computer right now and yours. Switch off and just sit still. This is a time right now, this hour, we want to encourage you guys to be creative. You don't have to have the pens, these Posca pens, these are freaking amazing. Willow and I got creative last night, you know, just to practice and feel and do it with them. But if you don't have them, get your acrylics out, get your markers out, get your pencils out. Shoot, if you don't even have colored pencils, get regular pencils out and a piece of paper, a piece of cardboard, anything. Make something right now. Just stop, breathe, and enjoy. Can we do one breath? Are we allowed to do like universal breath?
We're allowed to do anything.
Okay,
we
ready?
want.
Ready? Are you ready? With me now. Inhale your arms up over your head. Touch your palms together and bring some positive energy into your heart center. Take a moment. We're going to inhale one more time. Inhale deep as you lift your arms up over your head. Inhale. And exhale as you bring it in. Thank you guys for joining us today. If you do have your rocks, go ahead and find your rocks. And get your art supplies out in front of you.
I wish we could share all these art supplies.
I know.
with you. We
Well,
get so
somebody's
many.
going to get one. Somebody's going to get that nice sweet package, and that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
So last night's winner was JoJo. Big shout out to JoJo.
JoJo.
We're gonna be sending you a box just like this, full of pens, and somebody's gonna win these today.
Woot, woot.
One of the, if somebody wants to know what they need to do to win,
What do you need to do
one
to win?
key, you need to stay on for the whole hour.
Stay on the whole hour.
Yeah.
Extra
Why would
points.
you want to leave us anyway? I mean, how much fun is this, right?
So does everybody have kind of an idea what they're gonna paint?
Okay, if you don't have an idea, I just like to encourage you to look into your heart, maybe close your eyes, think about what makes you happy. I mean, money and all this stuff, it's not what makes us happy. What makes you happy? Looking at the ocean, thinking of the ocean, looking at that flower. My night jasmines bloomed the other day. Oh my God, and it smells so delicious. What makes you happy? What fills your cup? What fills your cup? I started wondering what was filling my cup. And this quote I found this morning, kind hearts are the gardens, kind thoughts are the roots, kind words are the blossoms, kind deeds are the fruits. And that's Kirpal Singh. And so when I create my rock today, I'm going to paint my flowers, have the roots, and just have like little blossoms everywhere, because that's what makes me happy, is looking at Mother Nature. And that is the one thing I think that we're all able to still do. Maybe we can't go to the movies, maybe we can't go to the gym. I'm freaking out. I just started working out 5 days a week, you guys, and they closed the gyms. Are you even kidding me? But anyway, it's all good. I'm not gonna paint a Stairmaster, right? What makes me happy when I look outside and look at my garden? That's what makes me happy. So I just encourage you to look inside your heart, look inside your soul, the butterflies that you see, anything. What is it that fills your inner cup?
Yeah. So we got some examples here, and so you can see bunches of them on the screens, and anything goes. So this one's kind of cool. It's got an eye, and it goes all the way across. You can paint the whole rock. You can just have messages on it. So I'm gonna, since I'm jonesing for waves, I'm gonna write on mine. I'm gonna say "Gone Surfing," and then I'm just gonna add stuff around it. So that's gonna be. I'm gonna try to paint 2 rocks in this time. So it could be a message or it could be a design. This is just gonna be a fun exercise. I can't believe how fun it is painting these rocks.
Let's see. Are all of these shook or do we need to?
They're all these are open.
If you have new Poscas and they haven't been used, you need to shake, and you need to do your little dot, so you can get that started.
And so hopefully everybody can see. I'm going to start out just with kind of laying out the lettering. And what's cool about the Posca pens is they're opaque, so you can just keep painting over it.
Oh, that is one thing that I found with this. I was pretty excited about that, Drew, because I didn't know if it was one layer. When we paint my ceramics video, you need to put 2 to 3 coats of the color for it to show up. And this was pretty neat. You actually only really needed 1 coat, but I like to make it a little bit more deep, and then I just would add another layer to it.
Yeah.
So I'm putting my flowers on there, get my little buds.
So I made mine too big, so I'm gonna go on the other side. Just gonna put syrup.
So also, if you don't feel like nature is your thing, then you can even just, like you said, get a message on there. Write the word laugh, write the word love, because gosh knows we need a little bit more love in this world, yeah? God, that hug felt good. Willow, did you hug yourself? Good girl. That's my girl. How awesome. How awesome that we can all be together today, you guys. I do wish I could see you guys in person, but this is where we are.
So we should, Jillian, if we want to open it up for questions while we get all started, and it could be questions about the pens or about art, or for any questions for any one of us. It could just be saying hi. If anybody raises their hands, just let us know. Okay. Oh, you're going. You guys are already off to the races.
Oh, we just have fun with this, Drew. We sat for hours last night painting at the table, and that is one of the perks to this whole fiasco lately, is that it's kind of grounding us, you guys. It kind of makes us slow our roll. That was a little toilet paper joke, just so everybody, slow your roll, everybody. Chill, be kind, right? Loud.
So for the people that really don't know what to do, so you can see I just wrote just surf instead of gone surfing, because I like just the word surf. And a neat thing to do is just pick a color to outline it, and then just keep going around. So this doesn't really take any artistic skill, but it's just kind of going around it, kind of like how Sarah did on this, which just did the yellow and then orange and red, and you just keep playing with it. My suggestion is try to get rid of all the rock color and have it totally painted like this one here.
I had fun with this one too. Where's the?
And then you just keep going over it, making it better. So that's what I'm going to do with mine.
You want to put more on this one? I like your caterpillar, Willow. It's like a rebirth thing, yeah?
I saw my buddy Jason Murray on here. Nice to see you, Jason.
How do you see them?
I see him pop up. So there's a lot of people there.
Ah, look at that.
Yeah, can you see Jason?
Yeah, hi, Jason.
Can you unmute Jason, Jillian? Let's see if we can get Jason on there. I can talk to my friend up
How
there.
do we get to see everybody there?
Which is Jason's name?
Malia Murray.
Okay, that's what I'm like. I'm not seeing a Jason, but here, I'll unmute him now.
Hey, Jason, can you? There we go. What's up, brother? Let's see if we get your.
We got a whole family here. We got Malia here. We have Quinn. We have myself. And we are so excited to join you guys. This is really, really fun. Thank you for hosting this and kind of sharing your awesome skills and love. I love the energy coming out of the room there. And we're up here in Oregon. It's nice to see some familiar faces down in California.
Yeah.
What part of Oregon are you guys in?
We live just outside of Portland.
Oh, I love it. I have a lot of family up there too.
Yeah. And you guys painted that killer snowboard.
We did. We actually have to go back and revisit it because some of it's worn off a little bit. Quinn was riding it, and apparently Dad didn't put enough lacquer or whatever it is on top of it to protect it.
Yeah, can we? Is it handy? Can you show it to us in a little while?
Yeah, I'll grab it right now. Here, Quinn will keep going. Mom's gonna go get it. It was such a fun project, and we still have a lot to fill in, but snowboarding actually disrupted our artistic process because the snow was so good. But now that all the resorts are closed, we have a little bit more time to go back and work on it.
Yeah. So wow, guys, look, they painted this with Posca pens.
So,
oh, cool. Oh my God, it's great, you guys.
So
we still have a little bit. We still have some things to fill in, but it's getting there.
Right on. Good job, guys. It's really nice to see you. And this is what this is all about. We really want to connect with people, and especially old friends and new friends. And so Quinn, I'm gonna want to see your rock when it's all done.
Hey, Drew, I got one more thing to show you that's a blast from the past that I have here in my house. This is one of the Drew Brophy originals, one of the coolest surfboards ever made.
Oh, that is rad.
Get it.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, this is one of Casey Curtis's old boards. It's a Bonzer, 5-fin Bonzer with the
Right
original
on.
Drew Brophy artwork on it.
That's cool. I'm glad it's there with you.
Yeah.
Hang out in the living room in Oregon.
Yeah, representing. All right, well, you guys get working on your rock, and so we can see it by the end of the class.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thanks, guys.
Have
Thank
fun. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How neat.
Yeah, so, anybody who makes some progress, just raise your hand if you want to show it or ask a question, and Julian will do that. You can see on mine, it's starting to come together, and all I'm doing is just outlining the words. And I'm just going to continue to do this until all the rock is gone, and then I might start highlighting it. This is kind of like when you were a kid and you were just doodling on your test papers, and you ended up making these masterpieces at the top. And at least that's what I was doing. You guys might have been studying. I was drawing perfect waves at the top of my test papers, and worked out pretty good for me.
It sure did.
Drew, there's a question from Jim for Jason or yourself too. He's asking what you use to prep the snowboard, because I think he's got an ask to paint one.
Oh, cool. Can we get back to Jason and he can answer that? Because Jason and I talked and we were trying to make sure that it would work for him. So let's go to Jason again.
I'll try. I mean, we basically started with a clean, dry surface. I rubbed it with rubbing alcohol first just to prep the surface. And then from there, we just painted directly on it, let it dry, and then I coated it with a spray. But Drew could probably tell you what is the best spray to seal it with.
Yeah, so Jason, was that board, was it fiberglass or was it had that rubberized stuff?
No, it's definitely like an epoxy fiberglass hard deck, top lam.
Yeah.
So the paint pen comes off pretty easily. It doesn't really adhere. It's not a porous surface, so it is a little bit tricky getting it to stick. You can see it does wear off, and maybe it's because I didn't put enough coating on it. I would be curious to your thoughts on that.
Yeah, so I get this question a lot, and so this is a 3M Scotch-Brite pad. We went into Maria's phone. Hold on.
We have plenty of product here. We're here. Willow, show them yours. Look at Willow's. Come on, he's a teenager. Come on. Oh, I know you're not done, but you want to show your progress. See? I'm working on mine. I'm using dots to make my sky because I don't want to make it solid around the flower. So I'm just doing dots around it. So it's kind of pixelated.
Yeah, so I was in the process. This is a 3M Scotch-Brite pad, and this was what you would rub and scuff the snowboard. And so as long as doesn't have the rubberized material on it, you can scuff it, just like you would scuff a surfboard or a piece of like varnished wood or furniture, so that you have a nice clean surface to work on. Then basically you're knocking the gloss or the shiny off the surface. And then from there you can paint it, and it should stick really well at that point. The varnish acts as a barrier for the adhesion of the paint. So if you Scotch-Brite it, then it should be good. You paint, and then you can seal it with just acrylic clear. There's two brands. There's a Krylon brand. There's a Rust-Oleum. But this is just clear spray paint, basically acrylic clear. And I like to use the satin version because it leaves a nice finish versus trying to get a gloss finish is very difficult to do. It's possible, but just to save you some grief, it's better to do this. All right.
Thanks, Drew. Jim
Yeah.
also asked He says, I use Rust-Oleum clear lacquer on all of the skateboards I do. Would that one be okay too?
Yeah, that's the same as this one, yeah. So perfect.
Okay, I love these pens. I love these pens. These things are amazing.
So this is what I've gotten so far, and now I'm gonna add to that. And so I'm just thinking about complementary colors, and so like light blue, it's complement. It's kind of like an orange. So I'm gonna just go around it again, and this just really kind of shows how you can pop it. You can already see that this orange is like really gonna pop this off.
Pop it off.
Yeah. And I do all my paintings with these Posca pens, and it's just a great way to paint. I really feel that this is the most unintimidating way to paint, and it works on surfboards and skateboards, snowboards, rocks, glass, wood. So it just, you know, it's just a wonderful way to create, especially now, because you might be stuck in your house with not any art supplies. And, you know, I can tell you stories about me traveling around the world and, you know, not having access to any art supplies, but I had the paint pens.
Can you ship these to people now, Drew?
Yeah, so we still have these here. We have probably more Posca pens than anyone. And we will ship them as long as the post office and FedEx stay. So if you need some, we can get them to you. I believe Maria has a lot of specials trying to help out artists. And you know, we have our paint pen kits and things. And the reason I did the paint pen kits is because people couldn't get everything they needed in one place. And so that's why I put those together. And then they come with courses where they can watch videos like this, more sophisticated than this, and walk them through how they blend. And really what we're trying to do is just create more artists and make it easier to participate in things. Because I don't know about you, when I was a kid and I walked into an art store, it was so intimidating. You know, I just wanted some cool stuff to work with, and they took it way too serious, and it was expensive, and it really kind of excluded me and prevented me from moving forward with art. It wasn't until I had a simpler tool to work with that I really started to get very creative. And, you know, I always tell the story of when I was a kid, I was obviously pretty good at art, but surfing is what saved my life, and I began painting on surfboards. And then once I had the pens, it really allowed me to explode with creativity. And
when did you start using these pens?
In 1989, in high school. And then so this kind of changed the way surfboards were painted. But what was really cool is it allowed me to travel around the world surfing. And at that time, my guidance counselor in high school said, well, Drew, we're really worried about you. You know, your grades aren't that great. And, you know, what are you going to do with your life? Because you can't surf and paint forever.
Can you?
And so it really made me angry because those were the only two things I was good at. And so here I am, you know, all these years later, and that's all I've ever done is surf and paint. And so as an artist, I really want to champion other artists and try to get them to where they're going, whether you're going to do it for a living or just as an exercise like this, to let your creation out and have fun. You know, very seldomly do, especially today, are people alone with their thoughts and allow themselves just to flow and make a mess and have this fun experience. And it doesn't have to be perfect. No matter what you create, somebody's going to love it, somebody's going to hate it. It's just about having fun and focus on the people who love it. And something as silly as this, painting on rocks, it's actually a lot of fun. And we're finding we do this on Saturday nights here, and we have all kinds of things for people to paint on. And people walk in who say they're not good at art, and I just encourage them. And the next thing I know, they've been sitting here for 3 hours and they make something amazing.
That happens at my shop too. I run a pottery place, paint your own pottery, and people walk in and say, I'm not an artist. They'll set their kids up. Their kids will start painting a piece, and I say to the mom, you know, why don't you pick something? And she says, oh, I'm not an artist. And I think there's like that Pablo Picasso, he said something that everyone is an artist until we grow up and then we're told we're not, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that I always just encourage people, just pick a piece, and once you just sit down and you just take that breath like we did at the beginning and know that if you're just still for a moment, something's gonna come to you. And it doesn't matter what other people think about what you create, it's what you think. And as you make it, then it's special, right? And it's actually pretty awesome when I see the adults stop, get still, pick a piece, and paint. And it's just really empowering. And you know about these rocks here in San Clemente, I think it was Brianna Denny, shout out to you, girlfriend. She created a San Clemente Rocks page, and just like Drew and Maria, when they got their rock put on their front porch, as you walk along the beach trail here in San Clemente, or now actually around town, because you can find these little rocks everywhere, people at home just have started picking them up and painting on them, and then putting them about town. And so when you're walking along and you see a rock that has been painted by someone, you pick it up, and you can either take it home or leave it where it is. And it's pretty awesome because I think they really started something amazing in our little beach town that empowered everybody to just do their part to bring a little bit of kindness and love to the community. And it didn't matter what they looked like. It could be chicken scratch, it could be perfection. Because come on, some of the people, holy cow, it's like really, you gotta take it down a notch. You're making me feel self-conscious.
Well, yeah, it's really cool. Like I was in Indonesia this fall, and I was painting surfboards in Zimbabwe, and I was painting for some friends of mine, and all the local kids came out wanting me to paint something with them. And so I just threw all the paints down, and they had like one broken surfboard they were painting on. And at first there was like 3 kids, and then 4 kids, and then 10 kids. Next thing you know, there was like 30 kids. They had that board painted pretty quick, and then we didn't have anything for the paint on. So I'm looking around, there was a construction site where they were putting in floor, and so there was all these little pieces of cut out wood. So I told the kids to grab those, and they started painting all of those, and then they kind of ran through all the good pieces of wood, and then there was a beach there with these white rocks. There's one right here, and they're beautiful white rocks. And one of the kids came back with a rock, and the next thing you know, all the kids are painting. And you know, this is one of the rocks from Indo that I brought home. And it's just really cool that, you know, you forget in places of the world, they don't have access to art supplies. And so for them, this was a real treat. And one of the things I want to do, we're going to be doing a Posca paint party tour. And so we were hoping to start that next month. We're getting a van, and we're going to be driving all around the country and doing events like this everywhere in the country. And so that got delayed a bit due to this coronavirus, but as soon as it's over, we're going to be traveling all around the country, and reach out to us and tell us where you are so that we can hopefully come to your town.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
I love it.
and so that's our plan for the year. And it's real exciting. You're going to be able to see the van come together here. We're going to build it right here in our at our art studio. And yeah, and then from there, I'm going to keep going around the world to all my surf places. And these locations really need art more than anything else. Like I said, that art supplies is the last thing on anybody's mind in these places, these little fishing towns. And it's just wonderful to see the community explode with creativity. So that was a good little story to tell. Yeah, this is a really cool rock that they did.
Did you paint that, or did the kids paint that?
Yeah, this one was left. Somebody painted this.
Oh my God, isn't that amazing?
Yeah, so I don't know who it
And
was.
that's what it is. Everybody is an artist. Everybody is an artist until someone tells you you're not. And you know, then it's people like us, our job to tell you, just pick up that pen, pick up that marker, pick up that brush, and just do it.
Here, show everybody yours. Up close.
How do you go up close?
There you go.
Yeah, baby, love is love. This is so fun, and I really do like these markers. They're paint markers, right?
Yes.
This is paint. So you have to. One thing I've learned, and I'll share this, is that you have to let the area dry before you try to go over it. Like what I did was my blue went over my purple line right there. So I'm going to have to wait until the blue dries to go back over the purple. Otherwise, they will blend. That's one of the things I learned last night, is that the tip of my paint pen got discolored by the other color because it wasn't dry enough.
So I actually make that blend. So I like the blend. So that's a lot of things that.
Oh, look at this! Is really nice.
Yeah. So it's just.
You're talented.
Yeah.
You get an A today, Drew. I'm giving you an A plus.
This is all I do all day. But you know, the different techniques. There's not just one technique to paint. Like how she's doing it looks really good because it's really flat and concise. But you can blend them, and when you start blending them, it gets a little bit more dynamic. And so I want to get this one done because I want to do a mandala for you.
Ooh,
and really show you how that's done and how easily
you could do it.
No, I want to show everybody how they can do it.
That's what I mean. How easily they could.
Yeah. So Jillian, if anybody would like to show their work and talk to us, I really want to hear from other people so that everybody gets to know each other. And if there's any volunteers that want to say hi and show us what they're working on, maybe ask a question or statement, that'd be great. I think you just raise your hand or put it in the chat.
Oh, I see.
I see Jim Noble, and then I see G, so Beebs. I'll go first to Jim and then to G.
Cool. Can we
see it bigger? It's just a little tiny square.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Hey, Jim.
Love, life, laughter. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
That looks great.
That's a good wave, too.
So Jim, where are you?
Oh, we can't hear you, Jim.
On,
Jillian, how do we hear him?
he might be on mute.
Do you know sign language, Jim?
Now you should be good. It just takes a couple seconds to. Oh, no, I think there's something wrong with your audio.
Yeah, that's all right. Jim, your art looks good, man.
We can't hear you.
Thanks for being here with us. Maybe type in everything. Your microphone's not working. All right, thanks.
Okay, I'm going to share beads now in a second.
Is Beebs with us? What? We need your microphone on too. It takes a second.
So she's saying, hey.
There she is. Hey, Beebs.
Hi, how are you guys? Good to see you. Happy Saturday. So here's my little hedgehog dude.
Oh my God, he's
Hedgehog.
adorable.
That's awesome.
And I'm kind of just going, these are some other ones.
Yeah.
I'm going over some that were faded that I had out in the rock garden.
That looks like an Easter egg.
And then I wanted to show, well, Garrett, I
see
think you
Garrett.
saw this when you came over. Garrett's here too. But Garrett did this wood. He found this piece of wood and it looked like a mouth, I don't know, to him. So he painted.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that thing.
There's a
that,
wave in there somewhere, Drew Brophy wave. Pretty
It
cool.
looks like, yeah, it looks like the jaw of a skeleton or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Good job, Garrett.
Jawbone.
Thanks.
Did you guys pick?
That's what
Oh,
Garrett's
yeah.
starting right
Look at
now.
That's a nice blend, Garrett.
Eyeball half wave.
That's blended.
So you guys had a good time yesterday painting. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, thank you so much, Garrett. Where's your painting from yesterday? It's not. Garrett's still working on it, but it's starting to take shape.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Dude, that's amazing.
That's your happy guy.
So he's bombing the hill, getting ready to hit the trash cans?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting the urban tube,
So
tree barrel.
we have a skate crew called the Urban Tube Society, and it's us and a bunch of the downhill skaters from Sector 9, and we go in the alleys and set up obstacle courses with trash cans and
Oh, that's great.
trash tubes and tree barrels and all kinds of fun stuff. So that's what that painting was inspired
Your
by.
new t-shirt art.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to come do that. I might have to wear a helmet though.
Oh, it's so fun. It's the most fun.
You can pig dog, Drew. You got
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I can get,
We don't get too crazy with it. Like, it's really funny that we have this whole crew of like the most incredible downhill skateboarders that go like 70 miles an hour downhill, and our skate crew like literally goes like 10 miles an hour through trash cans. It's pretty crazy.
that's rad. So we're gonna do one of these with skateboards too. So we'll do some skate decks and
Perfect.
yeah, that'll be cool. So
Well,
we're gonna
We have a bunch of skate decks if you guys need some too. We have a bunch of blanks if you need them for the class. So let us
right.
know.
Cool. Well, thanks for the singing yesterday and
Yeah,
Well-
thanks so much for having me. This is, again, and I told you and Maria afterwards, it's so beautiful to be in this uncertain time and come together with so many people making art. I was almost in tears yesterday watching all the kids share their art and everyone share their art. You know, in this time, we have all this downtime. Let's inspire each other and keep creating. And so I really appreciate what you and Maria are doing, and thanks for having me involved.
yeah. All right. We'll keep painting and then we'll check back with you. So get those rocks done so we can see them finish.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Now I'm going to spotlight Benny. They're going to show their art.
All right, Benny.
Wow.
Good job, Benny.
Yeah.
Comes from the heart. That's awesome, man. I love your sunshine.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
It's
And then here's-
beautiful.
So we're, oh, look at that.
Yeah, baby.
That's a good message.
Yeah.
So where are you guys at?
We're in Bellingham, Washington, up by Canada. This is what I did last night in your class.
Oh yeah, that's so good.
Dude. That's epic. I love it.
Thank
Good
you guys
job.
so much for doing this. We love it.
Right on. You know, I'm just so happy to see people from all over, and it was cool last night. We had somebody from the Dominican Republic, and I didn't see all the names, but we had people from everywhere. And
Yeah,
so,
that's awesome. We when I saw your invite come through, Benny and I went to the river this morning and went on a big rock hunt. Found a bunch of rocks so we can come on Wednesday as well.
All right,
Oh, that's perfect.
right on. So we'll look forward to seeing you guys again. And each activity will be a little different. And so, you know, Phil Roberts is going to be showing us how to draw his waves, which will be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I'll be there on Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, and so, you know, we're just going to keep doing these, and we can all have fun and get better together.
I love it. This is great.
All right. Thanks for
So fun.
hanging out.
Thanks,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Art's amazing. I'm going to share John's now.
That was awesome.
All right. Hey, John, what's up, brother?
We're
Can't
still,
hear you.
we're still on, I think.
There you
It's
are.
still us.
All right.
Got me?
Let's
Am I
see.
unmuted yet?
Now it takes just a second.
Got me?
Yeah, we got you, John.
Okay,
How's it going?
Today is March 21st, 3/21. It's World Down Syndrome Day. Because people with Down syndrome have 3 copies of the 21st chromosome. So what everybody does is they wear mismatched socks and goofy socks. So it's Rock Your Socks Day. So I'm doing
Rock
Rock
your socks day.
Your
Wow.
Socks.
And where are you, John?
I'm in West Bloomfield, Michigan, just outside of Detroit.
Right on, man.
And then Monday here in Michigan, and I guess everywhere else, Bell's Brewing here in Kalamazoo has a seasonal beer called Oberon, and Monday is when they do their seasonal release of Oberon. So I've got a couple Oberon rocks or Oberock.
Oh yeah. Oh, cool.
Nice.
Kind of trying to match it up with the bottle I'm drinking.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's so cool to like be able to like kind of do a loose like idea of some of these logos and and lettering. We want to do like a whole class on just lettering because it's so fun. We should probably do that on a bigger canvas because that's something that's kind of a lost art these days. And being able to practice doing lettering and logos the old school way versus everything on a computer today. And so we'll explore those things as well. Good job, man.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for doing this. This is fantastic.
Right
Happy
on.
you're here. I love your wall hanging, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, little dancing bears. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I danced with some bears myself.
Lots of inspiration in there. Cool.
Hey,
Nice talking to you.
It's 3D too, so when you put on the 3D glasses, it's everywhere.
Yeah. Right on.
What are you going to talk about, Maria?
We should bring Kara on. Kara Price, that's right, local San Clemente.
I'm hugging you.
There
I'm
she
hugging you. Put your
Hi,
arms
Kara.
around. Put your arms around. I'm hugging you. I'm hugging you.
So Kara ordered some pack of paint pens from us earlier this week, and rather than ship it, I just delivered it to her. And she has the cutest house. Like, I would love to live there. It's just decorated so beautifully and an amazing ocean view. Anyway, Kara, good to see you.
Thank you. You too.
Show us what you're working on, girl.
Oh.
Ooh.
Can you move it over this way? Because we have, yes,
There you go.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
I love you, Mom.
It feels very earthy too.
And then
Look, it's like a little mouse.
no, I think it's a seal or a sea lion.
Yeah, it could be a seal. Yeah.
Yes.
I know, I gotta get closer.
Oh, yeah,
I
from
love
the dollar.
it. Oh, Mama.
Pointillism.
Pointillism. Everybody can do pointillism.
Hey Drew, when you do your skateboard decks, I totally want to be involved. My son's a very well-known skateboard photographer,
Oh, great.
and he's a brand manager for CCS.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so actually you probably know a lot of people that he knows in
Yeah.
that industry, but yeah, I'd like to really be involved. I've done some decks myself, so.
Yeah, and maybe we'll we have some decks here, and we'll point people to where they can get decks from. So if you have access through decks with him, that'd be a good thing to line up.
I do. He actually, I don't know if he still has his board company up and running right now, but he might. But I just messaged him yesterday when we were doing this. I said, you got to know about these Posca pens. And I said, you need to send me some decks.
All right. Sounds good.
Oh, Mamas, I love you. I miss you.
They love you too.
That's so cool.
Are you going to paint more stuff or are you done?
I'm going to paint more. I'm part of the SC Rock Club, and I do that pretty regularly.
Oh, awesome. Do you spray your rocks before you put them out?
Me, yeah. And I paint them with acrylic before I do the paint pens.
Oh.
So I don't waste so much paint pen. And then I spray them with acrylic, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that acrylic is like the same, like just spray paint, right?
Yeah, Krylon, yeah.
Yeah, everybody, you can spray your rocks with this, and then it'll withstand the weather. But you have to spray the whole thing. So
Yeah.
it doesn't get on the other side and bleed through.
Well, with San Clemente Rocks, we write on the back, San Clemente Rocks, post it in Facebook, and keep it or hide it,
Yep. I give a shout out to Brianna because she's the one that manages that page too,
I
right?
know, I heard that. That's so wonderful.
Yeah, we got to keep it going, man. We need kindness on every block.
Yeah, thank you guys for doing this. It's just, it's just something that brightens the
We
day.
hang out today, don't we? Remember, Kara, we wanted to go to coffee. We've been wanting to go to coffee forever, but here we get to hang out here, right?
I know.
We have somebody at Sarah's place. I don't know if you need to go say hi to them.
Oh, will you just tell them that I'll
I'll
be
take
there in a
care of it.
minute? Yeah, thank you.
So Sarah's business is right next to where ours, so we can see people.
And I'm
going
doing
up.
little to-go kits for people, you know? If you wanted to pick up pottery or paints, I put a kit together for you and I'll put it on the front porch so there's no, interaction, etc. Oh, cool. I think somebody just left theirs. That's what they did. They finished their pieces. Oh, I'm so excited. So you can still create at home. We need to keep doing things that are positive and creative at home when we're stuck there. Actually, you know what? I keep saying we're stuck there. Isn't that weird? That we're upset that we're stuck at home? We should be grateful that we're at home. Our homes should be comfortable. Our homes should be safe.
Yeah.
So I gotta stop saying stuck.
Well, we're really lucky we have a home.
Yes.
And we actually have plenty of food and we have everything we need. And the only problem that we have is in our mind.
Right.
So it's not really real.
Right.
So I was going to paint a mandala on this
I love
rock.
you,
So I kind of got this one almost done. I'm going to come back to it. But I'm going to do a mandala, show you guys how to do this very easy for people who might be a little frustrated or not sure where to start. Basically, what I do is I start just in the middle. So I'm going to use this pink one. I'm going to put it right in the middle.
Uh-oh. What's this now?
It's my phone is
Your
ringing.
mom's call.
Ah!
I'll tell her you'll call her back in 10 minutes. We have 10 minutes.
All right. So basically,
Is this on though? Jillian, are we still on? Because we don't see the screen.
Yep, you guys are good. I've got it on the top iPad view right now, so you can see the bird's eye view of the rock.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Our screen went.
Our main screen, we can't tell.
But I'll just keep going. So I do a dot like that, and then from there, do we have a light blue?
Light blue, yes.
So then I'm just gonna go around it with dots. And
Maria, can you put the screen?
Put it up. How's that? Oh, what happened?
We don't know.
we don't know.
We're not. You have the artists on this side, not the techniques.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Okay.
Oh, it's back.
Is it
Oh,
back?
there we go.
All right, we're good. Sorry, we had a little technical issue on our end.
While you're doing that, Drew, can I show them Willow's rock? Look at this, you guys. Look at how cute her little caterpillar with the dots. And then
That
she
is
took her
adorable.
dots all the way around to the other side, right? Look how cute that is. And then in honor of my friend Kristen Underwood, who you guys, by the way, if you have bees in the local area, please call Urban, I think it's called Urban Bees, and they will come and move the bees to a safe environment for no charge, I believe. But if you want to pay them for their time, it would be fabulous. And I did this one for her. Be kind.
Yeah.
Be kind.
And so you can see this mandala's coming around. I did circles around it. I'm going to keep doing circles, but you can do different shapes, and you just keep doing it methodically. So now I'm going to go do circles.
And while you're doing circles, Drew, somebody's raising their hand. Jillian, did you see that?
Yep, I'm going to share
Oh, Ruth Poole, that's my
Ruth
sister.
Poole right now. I'm going to spotlight and unmute you.
Hi, Luke.
Hi.
Look, Willow's here too. Hi, Jeff. Oh, and there's my husband. Oh, hi, Shane. Oh, you guys, this is so exciting. Hi,
Where's your rocks?
are you guys
Those
painters?
are rocks.
Oh,
Yeah, there we are. That's
oh, you guys, I love them. Some happiness. I love it. And the flowers and the lake. Okay. Oh, wait, turn it back over. I have to guess. Let me guess. I think the smiley faces might be from my nephews. And I think the flowers are my sister. And
Yep.
I think the lake is my brother. Yes?
All right.
Yes!
That's
Yes! Oh, you guys, these are awesome. And I get to see my fur babies too, my niece and nephew dog.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for sharing, guys.
And where are you guys at?
We're in San Clemente.
Oh, so you're here in town.
Yeah, and they're on lockdown. My sister's doing a really good job. And my nephew, he's created, what is it called, you guys? What's the name of the ball thing?
Oh, Jake's Game of Games.
Jake's Game of Games. Jake has been placing cups all around the house in different locations, and you have to stand at different distances to try and get the ball into the cup. They have spent how many hours about, you guys?
So many hours. And if you have TikTok, it's at Jake Pool 333.
At Jake Pool 333. Awesome for TikTok. He is rocking the clock, man.
Right on.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Oh, I love it.
So this, you can kind of see this is coming along, my little mandala. I just keep going around it. And so after I do all these circles, I'm going to outline them and create these other little shapes. But you can see it's just real methodical. I'm going around and adding circles in different colors. And you can do big ones, little ones. You can do different shapes. But this is just a real easy way to do it, to get you started. And then once you have that technique, you can do something a little bit more sophisticated.
Does anybody else want to share what they're doing, what they're working on?
Show us what you're doing.
Let's see.
I'm gonna share Stacy. She just messaged me and she'd like to share.
Okay. Hi, Stacy.
Hey, Stacy. Oh,
Yes, we can't hear you yet. Oh, we love.
That's really awesome. Good lettering.
Can I see your B again, please?
yeah.
Oh, that's a good B. Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Then I did a snake.
Oh, the snake is cool.
Oh my God, he goes all around. Yes. That's a really good one.
And where are you at?
I'm in Maryland.
I'm in Maryland, right on.
That's where I grew up. I grew up
Oh, really?
From in Maryland too? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us. I hope it's fun.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for sharing, Stacy.
Jillian, do we know who is the furthest away? We have people, I know we had somebody from Spain.
Yeah, I don't think you get much further than that.
And,
I can't tell that, but if someone wants to share in the chat,
Yeah.
I think might be the furthest away, I can share them.
yeah, that would be nice. If you're from somewhere very far away, we'd like to hear from you just to see in this exercise how our reach is. And,
Yeah.
and I think if we get this going, we might start having people from all over the world painting with us, which would be really nice.
Yeah, Jeff Jennison just put a message, but she says it's actually Jane here. And she's saying hi to Sarah, and I'm going to put her on spotlight.
Yes.
Second here.
Yes. Yes. Hi, Jane.
Hey.
Hi. How are you? Can I see what you made so far?
All right.
Oh, baby girl, I love it.
And show them the other one.
Yes, yes.
It's kind of wet though.
Okay, just careful.
All right.
Oh, that color is beautiful. Oh,
Yes.
That is a
sweetie.
gorgeous.
I
And who do you
love
want to say
it.
hi to? I want to say hi to my best friend. Who
I
is it?
love you, best friend.
Caroline. Do you see Caroline Pagel?
I didn't yet.
She's
Hi.
C. Pagel, and she's painting rocks too.
Okay. Hi, Caroline. How are you? Oh, Jeannie, I miss you. Can I see you maybe soon? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
They still talk about you all the time.
Oh, well, I have your little pots that you threw on the potter's wheel still. Maybe I need to make a paint kit for you to drop off for you to paint. What do you think?
That would be amazing.
I think I might have to do that. Okay, Jane?
Okay.
I'll
Thanks
message
for
you
inviting
guys.
us here, Sarah.
Oh, Anne, I'm so happy that you guys came. I'm so happy to see you and to see her face. And look, Jane, I'm gonna hug you right now.
Over. Wait, let's go back to Sarah. See her hugging.
Thanks for sharing, you guys.
Bye, you guys.
Bye. Have a good one. But you can stay on. Keep painting.
So we have 5 minutes left, and does anybody, if anybody else wants to share, raise their hand or leave something in the chat. And just a reminder that we're going to be, you know, we have a lot more of these different themed paint parties happening. And also, you know, last night we got a lot of lovely thank you messages from so many people online for doing last night's party. And I just want to point out to everybody that Posca, the company that makes these paint pens, they are actually helping to make this happen, because believe it or not, even though this seems simple, there's a lot of expenses and moving parts, things that go into making this happen. And Posca is making that happen for us, and it's really awesome. So I just want to make sure everybody knows that. It's a group effort, you know. And anyway, thanks for being here, everybody. Does anybody else want to show what you're working on? Benny? Or we saw Benny.
We saw Benny's.
I'd like to show everybody my rock that I'm working on. It's so you can see how I keep going around. But I want people to see how simple it is. I just did circles, and now I'm outlining them and blending them with colors.
Dang.
So it's just really easy to do. Any of you can do this, and it's a nice exercise.
You're amazing, Drew. You are really talented.
That's beautiful.
You can really go places with this, Drew. You know?
I like trying to do things that are duplicatable for people.
I think it's great.
You know, everybody can do little circles.
And that's what it is. Like a lot of times we think we can't do something, but I tell you, just the simplest, just thinking that you can get it done, you know? And the opportunities like this, just to encourage people to pick up a marker, pick up a pen, is just so vital, especially since we are home so much right now. Pick up anything.
I'm going to share Jason's now. He had it held up to the screen and it was so great. I'm just going.
Let's see what Jason did. Oh.
That's yes.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
Perfect.
See, that's what I want to do, more things like that.
Lovely. Jason, you rock, man.
Yeah.
You rock. Sorry, I didn't even mean to say that. It just kind of came out.
So we have like 2 more minutes. We're going to close up in just a second, but just so you know, we are giving away, where's the thing we're giving away? Honey, can you pass that to me?
7Ms.
Jillian, can you spotlight the other one? Our other screen? There we go. There we go, so I can hold this up. So we're giving this box of 15 7M Posca paint pens away to one of you. And we actually will do that after this, and you'll be notified by email. And it'll mail out, it'll ship out to whoever wins it. And every paint party that we do, Posca is letting us give one of these boxes away. Isn't that sweet?
That is awesome.
There's no better time to give stuff away, and it's so much fun for us because we love stoking people out, right? Who's not stoked to win something?
I am.
Yeah, so this is
open it up, go real close so you can see it.
Closer. A little closer, a little closer.
Oh, wait,
Like
6
this.
feet,
There
6
you
feet,
go.
not too close.
You have a longer arm.
There you go, all those colors. And this is my signature pen set, so
yeah,
it's nice to be able to spread that out.
All right. Well, hey, thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it.
Is it time to
Yeah.
It's time to end, so let's say our
Oh,
goodbyes.
yes.
Yeah, and post your rocks onto Brophy Art Academy on Instagram. And so everybody can see it and comment on it. And there'll be another place where we can connect with this art project. And thank you, everybody, for participating.